So welcome to the unboxing setup and first impressions, maybe even an early on review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Now this is a very important phone because Samsung has really improved this particular unit in terms of thinness and performance. It has the flagship cameras. So let's get in here and see first of all what comes in the box. So I got the jet black version. I really wanted the blue one, but for some reason that was not available at this time. So I have the jet black. So bear with me for this particular video. It's not the most photogenic version, but just bear with me. Okay. So this is, like I said, jet black. This is a dual SIM unit, 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage. Let's get inside the box. See what comes inside the box. So this should be the paperwork. Yeah. So this is the usual. You have a Type-C to Type-C cable, your paperwork, and a SIM ejector tool, which means that this one also has physical SIM tray. So that's a good thing. Now let's see what else is in there. Nothing. Put that to the side. And then we have the Galaxy Z Fold. This is the jet black version. So there's nothing else in the box. So let's unpeel the covers on this thing. So we have the cover screen cover. Here, cover screen cover. Let's find the point at which we peel this one. Oh, here we are. Here's the notch at the end. So let's unpeel that. There you go. And then let's unpeel the inside screen, which is a massive 8-inch screen this time. So it's been improved. It's a much bigger screen. And here's the Galaxy Z Fold 7. You can see how thin that thing is. It's so thin. It's just look at that Type-C port. So the thickness is almost as thick as the Type-C port. Let me just bring my Galaxy S25 close so you can actually see the difference. So there it is next to Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. It's super thin. Let me just fold it. So this is actually going to be the first fold. And it's still extremely thin. So next to the S25 Ultra is just slightly thicker than the S25 Ultra. So this Galaxy Z Fold 7, when folded, is 8.9 millimeters thick, okay, and the Galaxy S25 Ultra is 8.2 millimeters. So it's just slightly, very slightly thicker than the S25 Ultra, okay. Next to the iPhone 16, there it is, right? So it's also just slightly thicker than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So that is how thin this thing is, and that's the biggest improvement for this Z Fold 7. So let's go ahead and turn this tablet on. This phone, is it phone or tablet? So on the side should be the power button, which should double up as a fingerprint sensor as well. So let's turn this thing on. Oh, there you go. So I'm going to quickly set this phone up, and I'm going to use my S25 Ultra to just quickly, or just to expedite the process. Right, so here we are. So on the Z Fold 7, as soon as you turn it on, you're gonna get the welcome screen. So choose your language. I'm just gonna leave mine on English and then tap on start. So we have the end user license agreement, which you have to agree to, and then the privacy policy. The other one is optional, so just select the mandatory ones and then select that. Now this S25 has already detected that I'm trying to set up a Z Fold 7. Okay, so what you need to do is just simply tap on setup, and then this will detect that you have a Z Fold 7 and you want to you have another Samsung phone and you want to set up. So I'm just gonna quickly scan that QR code, and then I'm gonna put in my passcode. That's the passcode I use here so that I can link them up so that I can make this setup process much faster. So it's already picked up the Wi-Fi and connected, and it's getting my phone ready. If you have another Samsung device, then this process is much faster. Then you have your service provider setup. So it says your phone needs to restart. So we're just gonna tap on restart and allow the Z Fold 7 to restart. So once it restarts, it's already asking me for the passcode. So go back to that screen where it's getting our phone ready. And you'll also notice that this time we don't have a front-facing camera behind the display. So this time it's another hole cutout for the front-facing camera. According to Samsung, that makes for better photos, and I agree with them. So at this stage, it's saying connect to a mobile network. I'm gonna do that later, so I'll choose set up later in settings. And then it's asking, do you want to copy data from your Android device? So that's this device. I'm just gonna tap on next, tap on transfer data. Smart Switch uses these permissions. I'm just gonna allow that. And then of course I'll choose wireless because I don't have too much data on the S25 Ultra. So wireless will be just fine. So it's currently searching for data to transfer on this phone. So I'll just be patient. Then now I can select if I want to transfer specific data or everything. So I'll just choose everything because I want to transfer everything. So it's going to transfer everything except Viber and WhatsApp, which is fine. So I'll just tap on next. So while this one continues to transfer data, let me finish up with the setup process. So we have our Google services, which I'll accept. So do I want to back up this? I'll skip that for now. And then it says, of course, meet Gemini, your personal AI assistant. Of course, you have to continue. Do you want to turn on Hey Google? I can do that later. Then you have Galaxy AI, which is normal for all modern Samsung phones. So tap on next. Bixby, tap on next. Says Samsung Bixby uses these permissions. So read and then tap on next. Agree, just the normal setup process. Then of course I also get some recommended apps. I'm just gonna install all of them, taking care of your phone. So these are basically just instructions for taking care of your foldable Samsung phone. Okay, so pressing the screen on the front camera lens with a hard or sharp object such as pen or fingernail may cause damage such as scratches or dents. And that's generally why these foldable phones do not come with a stylus, because a stylus is it's very easy to damage your screen with a stylus. And then also when you fold the phone, make sure there's nothing inside such as a card, keys or coins. So that goes without saying. This phone isn't dust resistant, so exposure to small particles such as sand may cause damage. Yeah, this phone is water resistant. Immersion in any liquid other than fresh water such as salt water or alcohol can damage your phone. Don't remove the protective film on the main screen. So the main screen has a protective film, so if you just look closely you'll see it. Don't take it off. That's what they say. Your phone contains magnets, so keep it away from credit cards and devices that may be affected by magnets. At least 15 centimeters away from implantable medical devices. If you suspect any interference with an implanted medical device, stop using your phone and consult a medical professional or the medical device manufacturer. Yeah, so these are just basically tips of taking care of yourself and also your Fold 7. So next, says I'm all set up. Let's go home. There you go. So now, as this one continues to transfer data, I'm already inside my Galaxy Z Fold 7. All right, so that's basically how you set it up with your older Samsung phone. So I'm just gonna wait for this transfer process to finish so we can have a quick look at the new features, the new cameras and operating system. So now with the setup complete, let's have a real conversation about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Now, this is a jet black color, but there are three other colors that this phone comes in. That is Blue Shadow, Silver Shadow, and another one they're calling Mint. But to be honest, in the last 15 minutes that I've spent with this phone out of the box, I'm really starting to dig this color. It's not bad. It's not shiny or anything. It's just a matte finish, and it gives me a bit of a low profile, which is something I like. And it's not bad. But I would have loved the Blue Shadow. I think it looks really cool in front of the camera. Now, we've already spoken about how thin this thing is. Okay, 8.9 millimeters is thin. It's not the thinnest in the world of foldable smartphones. There are some thinner offerings from Huawei, but a thin phone is good because it sits better in the pockets. It doesn't feel very bulky when you carry it around, or you just place it somewhere, or you want to hold it in your hand. Maybe you want to hold two phones. It doesn't end up being too bulky. Okay, so having a thin phone is advantageous. Now, Samsung has also improved the size. Okay, so when it's open, this phone is a whopping 8 inches. Okay, corner to corner, 8 inches, and that's as close to a tablet as you'll get with a foldable smartphone. Now, again, is it the biggest? No, but it's the biggest Samsung foldable that has ever been produced. And this one has a dynamic LTPO AMOLED display with 120 Hz maximum refresh rate, HDR10, and up to 2600 nits of peak brightness, which means you can use this phone/tablet outdoors with no problem at all. Now, the other thing Samsung improved is the cameras. So this time, right in the middle here, we have the flagship camera, which is a 200 megapixel primary camera. So you're getting the exact same resolution, the exact same camera that's in the S25 Ultra. So that's a good thing. And then that obviously is flanked by a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto camera. Now, inside is Android 16, of course, with One UI 8 sitting on Android 16 straight out of the box. And all that, of course, is being supported by the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is the highest end chip that you can get on a smartphone at this time. Now, other things you might need to know about this particular phone is, number one, there's no headphone jack. Okay, so that's not there. Now, for this particular variant, we do have a SIM tray. I can quickly pop out the SIM tray just to check if we have SD card support. So let me just pop it out. Hope I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, it's at the top here. So let's just pop out the SIM tray. And I have a slot for SIM 1 and SIM 2 with no micro SD card support. Okay, so that's one thing to note. And the other thing is the battery. Now, Samsung could have done better with the battery. Okay, so we have a 4400 milliamp hour battery, and the main reason we are getting a small battery on this phone with this huge display is because Samsung is still hanging on to lithium-ion batteries, even though some of the competitors have shifted to the silicon carbide batteries, which are giving much more battery capacity. So because Samsung still wants to play it safe and stick with lithium-ion, we just get a 4400 milliamp hour battery. But according to them, with the Snapdragon 8 Elite and of course Android 16, the efficiency will give you better battery life. Those are my first impressions of this Galaxy Z Fold 7. It's a really good phone. It's a really good proposition. And the thinness is just mind-blowing. I don't know how durable this phone is going to be. Look at how thin that hinge is. And they're saying it's a much stronger hinge than the one we had in the Galaxy Z Fold 6. So I'm really rooting for this phone. I like it. And lastly, the other small issue I have is because this phone is so thin, okay, the cameras are sticking out quite a bit. And you know what that means? That means this phone really rocks on tables and surfaces. Okay, so it's madness how much this phone rocks, but that's a small price to pay to get a thin, comfortable to carry and lighter Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video useful, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to talk to us down in the comment section. Good luck.